Yo, what is going on today, guys? It is Sam, better known as Samito here.
Well, not quite. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, Thibbledork, coming at you with a slightly different version of Monday Mayhem than you might be used to. Samito had to take a day off for personal reasons, and the office said I look the most like him, so here I am. For those of you who don't know me, my name is, again, Thibbledork. I do social media for the Florida Mayhem, which means I post all the tweets, most of the pictures on Instagram, and I'm also the guy ignoring your DMs for free skin codes. Sorry, that's just not how that works. Just because Samito had to take a day off doesn't mean that we wanted to have you guys miss out on your favorite weekly series, your only weekly series, Monday Mayhem. So I'll be sitting here with you guys for the next 10 minutes or so, since we need to be able to monetize. I mean, get you guys the proper amount of content that you crave to make sure you're happy. That. Let's do this. As always, I'd like to remind you guys to subscribe to the Florida Mayhem YouTube channel if you haven't already. Be sure to show some love in the comments and like this and every video. And just show us some love. You can turn on notifications so you can get that comment that says first, you know, which signals to the whole world that obviously you're the coolest, smartest gamer in the universe, or however the hell you guys do that. I figured I'd start off with something a little more familiar to us. You know, some Guess My SR. Samito loves to do this almost every week, pretty much every week, so I figured it would be funny to kind of turn the mirror back on him and see what we think of his gameplay. I'm going to go over a clip he's posted on his Twitter, though the best way to get clips onto this show is to post them in the Florida Mayhem Discord, the link for which will be down in the description. So we're going to see if this is one of those clips that he posts because he thought it was really cool, or if it's one of those clips that he posts that he thinks makes him look like an idiot. Alright, so he's starting off with the Hanzo on Hanamura first, holding the high ground here at this first point. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so he's got a Sonic arrow out, and he sees the Widow. Just got a kill onto the Ana. He's going to go ahead and probably go for the shot here. Well, she was standing still. Okay, so that pick secured, Bob's coming out. He's going to probably try and use this ult that he just cast to zone them off the cart, because of course it's a Hanzo ult. That's all it's good for, zoning. Let's see what happens next. Yep, zoning ult does nothing. Oh! Okay, well that was obviously a lucky flick. You know, everybody gets them. It's not really an indicator of any skill. You know, it's just one of those things that every now and then, a broken clock, right, still is right twice a day, and sometimes your flicks will just hit, even if you're totally not skilled enough to be hitting flicks like that. So now he's obviously got the Ana in his sights. Let's see if he can actually hit her. Of course, everybody knows that Ana's hitbox is ridiculously broken, and she is almost impossible to hit.
Why? Oh!
Okay, well, you know, broken clock, same thing. Totally same philosophy. Now he's frankly got a much easier time because there's just an Orisa here that he's going to shoot at. Orisa, of course, it's basically like hitting a wall. It's impossible to miss. So let's see how he does. Yep, he's hitting body shots even though her head is the size of a cantaloupe. Okay, and it cycles back to the beginning of the clip. So I think the really important thing to consider here is the body shots from Hanzo. You know, Hanzo frankly is ridiculously broken and overpowered. I would know because I'm in Plat. I know all about Hanzo being way broken and overpowered. But really the thing that will separate a high-level Hanzo from a lower SR Hanzo is just the accuracy. Obviously, we can talk about those lucky flicks all day long, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just get lucky, right? Like, even a silver player will occasionally hit a shot that he has no business hitting. So I think the shot onto Widow, she was standing still, obvious. He had the Sonic on her anyways, she was not paying attention, which makes sense if this is as low an SR as I think. The shot onto the Ashe, you know, lucky flick. It's a predictable trajectory when she uses her coach gun up in the air, simple enough, just throw something in the air and see if it hits. Just happened to hit that time. Shot onto the Ana, you know, storm arrows, pretty broken. You just kind of spam until you hit something, and just happened to be a headshot. He had the high ground advantage on that anyways. But where we really get into it is right here when he starts attacking the Orisa. Orisa's head is the size of a small moon. There's frankly no reason you shouldn't be able to hit a headshot every single time on an Orisa, especially considering he still has 3 storm arrows left and she's not even looking at him. As soon as she turns around, he should have no reason why he couldn't melt through her, and yet it takes all this. He misses. He missed a shot on an Orisa that was standing still. Like, it's frankly disgusting. You should not be able to miss. Look at that. Look at that. If I had one of those little illustrator things that could draw arrows on the screen, I'd be drawing arrows all over this. It's insane to me that anyone could miss a shot like that unless they're obviously in some ridiculously low SR. So given that, and just given what I assume is just sheer dumb luck of a play like this, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say he's probably somewhere in the high bronze to low silver sort of range. I'm not gonna check those numbers. I'm pretty confident. I don't really think I need to verify that or anything. I really think you guys could just kind of take my word for it. So let's go ahead and look at another clip. PSA Lucio players, please swap break instead of feeding. So he's playing Doomfist on Oasis Gardens here, and I imagine there's some sort of interaction with Lucio. Let's take a look. Okay, so he's calling out for the ball. He sees the Lucio. Seismic slam, uppercut, punch, right? Okay, the question marks, the key slams. Alright, let's look at that again. Alright, so the ball, it's not really part of the clip here, right? Here comes the Lucio. Obviously sees him. Even a silver could see a Lucio. That's not a big deal. So he seismic slams. Alright. He's kind of moving in straight lines. You notice he's not really strafing or doing anything too crazy, and neither is the Lucio, which tells me, again, this is probably a lower SR sort of match. So he gets the slam. He has to wait and try and re-aim where he's going to uppercut. He obviously does not have those fast twitch reflexes to really nail it down. I think this is just another instance of like, okay, kind of a quick lucky shot. Gets the uppercut. Simple enough here just to go for the flat punch into the wall. This is not a mechanically demanding concept to me. And so he takes him out, right? Yes, this is a kill. Yes, he was up in the air. Yes, he hit it against the wall and all those things that you're supposed to do. But I don't think in that specific instance it was a very difficult thing to pull off. That Lucio had his healing song on, not his speed song. It was much easier to hit, and in general I don't even know if that Lucio saw him, probably because he's in bronze and his game sense isn't that high. So this does not scream to me, I am a high level Doomfist player. This screams, I got really lucky and this Lucio wasn't paying attention. Another thing that really keys me in on the whole, this is probably a lower SR player, is his reaction immediately after the kill, right? He laughs, he spams a bunch of question marks, and he smashes his keyboard, okay? This is classic, just migrated off of an Xbox, mid-bronze sort of reaction to a play like that. I've seen plenty of those in plenty of these episodes of Guess My SR. It's pretty telling to me that this guy is obviously not that high up there. Higher level players really don't BM like that, like it's a little more nuanced. They're obviously much more skilled in the game, and they can more specifically call out critiques of other players' gameplay when they catch them out in situations like this. Kind of an inarticulate response to something like that really tells me that this guy is not that high up there. Something I've also realized here is that the Lucio's POV is actually attached. He actually went into the Lucio player's stream and found a clip of this happening and has since attached it here on his Twitter. Let's take a look at that.
What's happening? I don't know what's happening. I'm just fighting for my life.
Yep. Okay, let's go back. He starts out the clip by saying, I don't even know what's happening, right? He's focusing the Winston. He does not see the Doomfist at all. Does not even remotely look around at the point to look for any flanking DPS. Classic low SR move, right? I don't know what's happening. I can't see anybody. I'm just trying to stay alive. I have my healing song on. I'm just going to try and bounce around and not get killed. So he makes his way over here And right about now is where the Doomfist is going to come in from the back and ruin his day.
I'm just fighting for my life.
So he goes up. He didn't see the Doomfist, so he tries to use his beat to keep his tanks alive. He has 3 people currently in his active range, and he sees the self-destruct going out, perhaps. Figures it's a good time to use the beat so people can survive that shock blast. But at this point, the seismic slam has already triggered. He's going up in the air. On his screen right there, you can see it looks like the beat hits, right? He drops the beat. It's cast, the ripples start going out, but almost on the exact same frame, he gets seismic slammed. This is a classic glitch. This is not indicative of his skill. I think it's really just Doomfist being a broken hero that nobody can really fight around. Because when you can just break the game like that, what are you supposed to do? He ulted perfectly there. It would have been a fantastic ult and probably saved the entire fight. But Doomfist is just such a stupid hero, is just so strong, let's say, that he was unable to get his beat off despite timing it perfectly. He then goes down. All this clip tells me, both sides of this clip tell me, is that clearly this is a game where awareness is not in plentiful supply. These are players that are just fighting to stay alive long enough to do something and maybe win the game. This is not the high-level thinking man's Overwatch that you and I might be used to from watching the Overwatch League or Contenders or higher-level streamers like that. This just strikes me as another bronze-level play where he got really lucky and thought it would be funny to clip it and go into the other player's stream and get a clip of that as well, just to kind of rub some salt in it. So again, with this clip and the Havana clip, I'm going to go ahead and say mid-bronze, low silver at best. This guy really does not scream to me, I am a high-level player, worthy of your time. You know, I'm just going to hop in some games, play a broken hero, and spam a bunch of question marks. Again, I'm not going to verify any of that information because I'm really just that confident, and frankly, you should be too. Do not even bother going to look up what SR Samito is. I'm sure it's really disappointing. It could even be lower than what I've predicted, frankly. And in general, I'm just saving you a little time that way. It's just my way of trying to get back to the community. Thank you guys so much again for joining me on this special edition of Monday Mayhem with not Samito. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope I could provide some insight and some higher level analysis into some gameplay that you guys might not normally see with this series. If you liked it, please remember to like this video, throw some love in the comments, and subscribe to the Mayhem YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram and join our Discord where you can submit your own submissions for Guess My SR and hang out with other Mayhem fans and watch us beat the crap out of the Outlaws this weekend. Thank you very much for watching. I once again am Thibbledork, and I'll see you next time.